Das ist Berlin.
Bin ein Berliner.
Wie es weint und wie es lacht.
Now I'm going to take you for a ride to another place, namely to the Schlosspark Theater. You're going to drive with me?
Yes.
And then you can tell me about this new project.
Yeah, all right, great, terrific.
And let's drive.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Fun, fun, fun. Oh, I have to say, fun, fun, fun. Do you know the song from Kraftwerk, Autobahn? It's one of the first German things I ever learned.
Let's sing it in the song. In
In the car? Okay, good.
I'll
I'll explain it to you in the car.
We'll sing it in
All
the
right,
car.
good.
Thank you.
Let's go. So, that's better.
Since it's your neighborhood,
Kind of my neighborhood, yeah.
you're going to show me the way to the Schlosspark Theater.
Yes, we'll take a right at the end of the street.
Yeah.
This is Friedenau, and I love the name Friedenau because in English it means peace now. And it's a very peaceful neighborhood. It's the West. This is really old West Berlin.
Old
the Old
Berlin.
West. But now there's only shopping malls. When I first got here, there was no shopping malls, and I loved that. And it was crazy. Everything was closed back in those days at like 6 o'clock in the evening.
Do I have to go left?
Left, sorry,
thank
left.
You. Yeah.
On Thursdays, there was, Lange Donnerstag, they called it, Long Thursday, and you could shop until 8 o'clock in the evening.
I mean, still on Sundays in Germany, the stores are closed.
Yeah, people cannot believe it. Americans are like, why can't I buy anything?
Yeah.
And it used to annoy me, and now I kind of like it that there are days when you can't shop.
Yeah.
There are many other things to do.
It's good for your wallet.
So we're going to keep going straight.
Okay, it's good for everything.
Yeah. There are many, many other things to enjoy here. This is a theater, the Titania Palast. That's a theater. It's now a movie theater, but it used to be a big entertainment palace. And on this street, which becomes this is Rheinstraße, becomes Hauptstraße, becomes Martin-Luther-Straße, and that place, which is now a cinema, the Titania Palast, is where Marlene Dietrich, when she came back to Germany after the Second World War, she performed there, and the Germans didn't like it because they said she was a Yankee traitor.
Because she left Germany.
Because she left Germany during the war and worked for the troops, entertained the American troops. And that's where she performed. And the mayor at the time, Willy Brandt, was the mayor of Berlin at the time and got up out of his seat and brought her roses on stage, which I think is a very nice. It's a little bit of history here.
Yeah. The most intelligent humor comedian, comical actor.
Just you can Google that. So intelligent. You can Google it yourself.
Yeah, but to remember all this.
Well, yeah, it's important. I always feel like, I mean, coming from America, we're such a young country. I always say, there's a hugely different feeling of history in America and here. Britney Spears has landmark status in America. It's a whole different thing, Here it's just kind of hundreds and hundreds of years of history in Berlin especially. If you think about Berlin.
And this part where we are now, because here it's where Kennedy said, Ich bin ein Berliner.
Yeah, I live around the corner from the place where Kennedy said, Ich bin ein Berliner. This place was really devastated by the Second World War. And if you think about Berlin anyway, the First World War, the Second World War, the Cold War, the Berlin Wall, the reunification, that all happened within 100 years. Yeah. It's an amazing, the city is so full of, if you think of all the blood, sweat, and tears and change and not only tragedy, but also triumph that happened here. I think the city is incredibly inspiring. It's in the air, it's in the air, it's in the earth, and it's in the air.
So we're almost there, and you wanted to sing me a song.
Well, one of the first, I didn't speak a word of German when I first got here, except, the simple words that every American knows. Not even Guten Tag, Gesundheit, Kindergarten, Schadenfreude, Doppelganger, and Blitzkrieg. Those were the only, because the Ramones had a song called Blitzkrieg Bop. But there was a song on the radio from Kraftwerk called Autobahn. And I always thought the words were fun, fun, fun on the Autobahn, fun, fun, fun on the Autobahn, until many years later, I think it was about 3 years ago, I learned that the real lyrics are fahren, fahren, fahren. So we're driving on the Autobahn. But I think it's still fun, fun, fun.
It's also fun.
It is. So the Schlosspark Theater is coming up here. Of course, there's construction work, which there is always construction work wherever you are in Berlin. We can take the next right.
now we're at the legendary Schlosspark Theater.
Yeah. I love the Schlosspark Theater. I love playing here. I'll be playing here with my show Love in March, on 9th and 10th of March for a weekend. And I love it because it's got so much history. You know, again, it's Berlin history. After the Second World War, this was one of the first theaters to open up again. And, you know, people like Hildegard Knef, right? One of the great entertainers, of course, singer, entertainers, actresses. Even Beckett, Samuel Beckett directed and presented Endgame here, the German premiere of it. And so there's this, you know, huge history when you play here. And now Dieter Hallervorden, who is one of Germany's, you know, he's like he's one of Germany's heroes of comedy. And he's become he runs this theater now. He also acts here still, but he was always the kind of very funny guy. And now he's really become a serious actor. And he has just really, he's invited me to play here. He's got so many people as guests here. He's got a terrific ensemble of actors that work here. And he's really doing some exciting theater here in Berlin. And it's entertaining, you know, it's very inclusive. It's very, it's not young hipsters taking their clothes off and crying into microphones, but it's still interesting. And I like it that he's also got some terrific comedy and music going on here, and I love playing in this house.
And not only you performing here, but Elizabeth Taylor was here. I see pictures.
Yes, Liz was there, of course, and Sarah Leander, Harold Lloyd. I mean, there's a certain amount of entertainment history that's happened here, and you feel it when you're on the boards up there, and I just love it.
Well, you're not going to be history yet. We're going to go in the Saal,
yes,
where you're going to perform, and then we talk about the piece.
All right, let's go in.
Let's go.
Love is a many splendid thing. It's all we need. The Beatles sing. It's oxygen. It's everything. L-O-V-E, like Bert Bacharach said it. What the world needs now is love.
Gayle, I have a crying eye and a sad eye because we're slowly coming to the end.
Of this episode.
Yes.
We're still, it goes on.
It goes on, and that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Because this is the place where you're going to perform.
Yes, well, I'll be playing Love, my current program. We played it in Tippy, that's where we did the premiere, but now we're coming to Schlosspark Theater for 2 nights only, the 9th and 10th of March, which I love because it gives a chance for other people that maybe didn't have a chance to see it in Tippy, a chance to see it here. It's a love. It's about love.
It's about love.
Yeah, because I thought, you know, there's that wonderful song from Burt Bacharach, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. And I think the world really needs as much love as possible. So the show is, music and comedy about all different aspects of love. I've got a wonderful string trio dabei.
Live
dabei, I'm talking in English now. Live strings, wonderful pianist who's my stage partner and songwriting partner. His name is Marian Lux. And he is the best present a showgirl has ever gotten. I found Marian, and it's so funny because he's completely opposite than me, from me, as me. Where's my English? What has happened to my English? He is very different than me because he is, and I always, I ask my audience always kind of rhetorically, who can understand an American entertainer and her complicated love life better than a young gay man from the former East? And that's Marian. He's just completely different. He's in his early 30s. He's gay. He's grew up in the East, in Brandenburg, and we understand. I think we're so different that we understand each other really, really well.
It's going to be a beautiful show with you, with Marion, and your strings.
The Strings Deluxe, as they're called. They're a wonderful string trio. Very romantic, very funny, also very sad sometimes. Got a couple of songs where you can, really shed a couple of tears, and then we'll get you right back. We actually have a medley at the end of the first act because I really did. When we started to write, I thought, there's so many love songs. Where do you start? So I put a thing on Facebook. I posted on Facebook and said, hey, everybody, please send us your favorite love songs, just the titles of your favorite love songs. I just thought, get inspired. And because it's Germany, people sent, thousands, literally over 2,500 within a week, 2,500 lists, top 10 lists in chronological order, alphabetized, unbelievable. And every song was depressing. It was like the biggest breakup songs of all time, really, So we decided to do an 8.5 medley of The most depressing love songs you've ever heard. It's very funny.
Can you sing me a short song?
I could sing, I heard that you settled down, that you know, never mind, I'll find someone like you. Or, you know, it's been 7 hours and 15 days. The whole entire audience starts crying.
Yes.
Right? And
Me
then, of
too.
course, we have to live with, I really need you tonight. You know, it kind of, and then it ends up, of course, with, and I will always love you. And I'm throwing myself on the floor. I figure that's my job as an entertainer. I have to go through all of the pain and angst and herzschmerz so that you don't have to.
You're the best in it. That's your job. That's your life.
Well,
Now,
you have to be. I mean, if you're going to do something, do it right, you know?
at the end, tell us for our Berlin visitors or who want to stay, what's Berlin worth it? You seem to love it.
Berlin is great because Berlin is the absolute perfect meeting point of the past and the future, of nature and metropolitan life. There's basically, if you want to meet people from all around the world, Berlin is a great place to do it. And there's no closing hours. You can go out on a Thursday and come home the next Wednesday. It's 24 hours, it's open, and within that 24 hours, you can experience the past, the future, and the present. And it's just it's a beautiful, beautiful place to be.
My Berlin. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Peace and love.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yay,
Give me a hug.
Thank you.
Thank you. For more information to Gayle's tour dates, please visit her website www.gayle-tufts.de.
Das ist Berlin, wie es weint und wie es lacht.
Bin ein Berliner.